Imagine your 4-year-old self being escorted into a room, an empty room, by a stranger, told to sit down and just look at their bag of sweets. And they pull out a marshmallow. They tell you that you can have this marshmallow right now, or if you wait around 15 minutes, you can have 2 marshmallows. This is the marshmallow experiment, and it's a wonderful test of willpower. So now you're hit with this debate. Okay, do I take the instant gratification, the singular marshmallow right now, or do I wait this 15 minutes and get the 2? Logically, it makes sense to wait for the 2 marshmallows, but of course, many little fat kids weren't able to. If you put younger me, traumatized, abused, younger Hamza into that room, the researcher wouldn't have even been able to finish his sentence. Now, Hamza, you can have the 1 marshmallow. It seems like a simple, insignificant test, but the results were actually quite scary. The kids who weren't able to delay gratification, so the kids who just grabbed the first marshmallow and ate it, they weren't even able to wait 15 minutes. They statistically performed worse in so many different metrics. They had a higher BMI, so they were literally fatter. They scored on average 210 points less on the college admission SATs compared to the highest, like sort of the most patient peers that they had. The ones who were unable to delay gratification were even rated as being like less socially desirable and more lonely when they were teenagers. Imagine having that kind of disadvantaged life just set in the trajectory of your future, being 2 or 3 or 4 years old, just because you had a low level of willpower. Willpower is the skill of resisting desires. Now, we desire all kinds of things. We desire the junk food, porn, video games. These are things that you already knew. But in the later part of this full guide, I'm also going to speak about higher level desires. I'm going to speak about the things that this materialistic modern world put onto us, which seem productive, but in fact are as destructive, if not even more destructive than these lower level ones. At this level, we're thinking about porn and video games, but at the higher level, it's more like working too hard, being too ambitious, making too much money, building too much muscle. For many shallow breathers, their like small brain won't be able to comprehend how that is a problem. I'm assuming you're someone who's a bit more intelligent, and I can open up your mind to consider that the path that has been laid out in front of you of this overachiever, great grades, great body might not actually be the one that leads you to the fulfillment that you desire. Along with that, in this full guide, I'm also going to walk you through the greatest realization I've had in my life so far. I don't exaggerate when I say that. I think that we might be able to save decades of our life with something I'm going to be teaching you at the later ends of this full guide. So we're understanding that willpower is super important. For now, I want you to think about your long-term goals. Chances are you want to be successful, wealthy, happy, loving. To achieve those long-term goals, really the most important skill out there is willpower. Because on the way to the dream life, there's going to be countless distractions, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of little desires that pop up that take you away from the goal, the task, the trajectory of your dream life. You wanted to build a physique, and there's a million desires for sugar and for junk food and for skipping days off the gym. You want to have a loving relationship with a beautiful feminine woman, but there's a million desires to cheat on her. You liked this video, so go and watch the full guide because it took me weeks to make and it will genuinely change your life. It's popped up as a card. Go click on that right now. It's also a link in the description. Go click on that right now.